Last time. You're not running away.
Go to oblivion, asshole.
We don't like each other for some reason. Clever foreshadowing.
Wanna play a game? We're going to start the Dawnguard questline, but it's just reliving the stuff your mom and I did years ago.
Something's here.
Ooh, so mysterious. Hello, woman who I've never met before.
You're a vampire, and I don't fucking trust you.
I came up with an even better idea. I have a spell, Marriage Arcane. It will allow you to experience what your mom did with the Volkihars and Dawnguard.
Is it like an illusionary world? I'm not the best at magic. I understand the concepts. I just don't have the talent.
Yeah, you're pretty smart.
Well, hypothetically, could I experience if she'd picked the Dawnguard? I've always been interested in their side of the story before Isran went insane. And they've got some pretty banging crossbow knowledge. I love my crossbows.
Anything's possible, but the illusion might grow pretty unstable and start doing stuff that doesn't make sense or go along with what actually happened.
Well, I've heard the actual story a dozen times. No harm in a thought experiment.
Actually, you'll be in real danger. Think of it as training.
Say what now?
Okay, bye.
Gods, damn it.
One less monster in the world.
Rage Bard back again. More Dirtyborn. This time it's very Dawnguard focused.
Look at this. I should have known it was only a matter of time before they found us. It's the price we pay for openly recruiting. We'll have to step up our defenses. I don't suppose you have some good news for me.
Not exactly.
Damn.
Care to sit down?
Well, what do you know?
The vampires were looking for a woman in Dim Hollow.
A woman
Is it too early in
trapped
the
in
afternoon
there?
to start drinking?
That doesn't make any sense. Who is she? More importantly, where is she?
She's the daughter of a vampire lord.
I went out dressed as a chicken last night and met a girl who was dressed like an egg. One thing led to another, and the lifelong question was answered. It
And
was
so
the chicken.
you delivered her to them.
Also, they have an Elder Scroll.
They what? And you didn't stop them? You didn't secure the scroll?
We're talking about a lot of vampires here.
So they have everything they wanted, and we're left with nothing. By the Divines. This couldn't get much worse. This is more than you and I can handle.
We have to do something.
Well, of course we do. I'm old, not stupid. We're just going to need some help. If they're bold enough to attack us here, then this may be bigger than I thought. I have good men here, but there are people I've met and worked with over the years. We need their skills, their talents, if we're going to survive this. If you can find them, we might have a chance.
Where can I find these people?
Right to the point, aren't you? I like that. Not like those fools in the Order. We should keep it small. Too many people and we'll draw unwanted attention to ourselves. I think we'll want Sorine Gerard. Breton girl, whip smart and good with tinkering. Fascination with the Dwemer. Weapons in particular. Last I knew, she was out in the Reach. Convinced she was about to find the biggest dwarven ruins yet.
Sounds like my kind of girl.
Yeah, she has a pussy.
Shut up, Galesse. She'll help us.
Might need a little convincing, but she should. You'll also want to find Gunmar. Big brute of a Nord. Hates vampires almost as much as I do. Got it into his head years back that his experience with animals would help. Trolls in particular, from what I hear. Last I knew, he
You
was
need to
out
slow the
scouring
fuck down.
Skyrim
You
for
shit
more
through
beasts to
sometimes.
tame.
It's like you're trying to get
Bring
us
the two
fucking
of them
killed.
back here, and we can get started on coming up with a plan.
I don't feel the need to play through every single part of this quest line.
All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there!
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful.
So, welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against.
Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before.
And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Sorine, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, There's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
Stairs are for the weak. I don't have time for stairs. I'll use stairs when I'm dead.
This vampire showed up while you were away. I'm guessing it's the one you found in Dim Hollow Crypt. Says it's got something really important to say to you. So let's hear it.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
Well, I wasn't sure since you stayed with Mom in Volkihar Castle in the stories. Anyway, acting time.
What are you doing here?
I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please just listen, before your friend here loses his patience. It's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me.
What about it?
The reason I had it, and why I was down there. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards.
Damn, that's saying a lot.
He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
What do you mean? Lost himself?
He just became absorbed. Obsessed. He was kind of sick, actually. The prophecy said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. For someone who fancied himself as vampire royalty, that's pretty seductive. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll.
Now I remember. Mom told me about this. This dumbass wanted to blot out the sun, which is what makes the plants grow, which is what humans and animals eat, which is where fucking blood comes from.
Alright, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now?
Set your hatred aside and try to see the larger picture, Isran.
Set my hatred aside? Not a chance.
That's all he is, though.
It's what keeps me strong.
You don't trust her, fine. Trust me, I believe her.
You better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it. The Moth priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place.
Can we just skip to the part to where we find him?
Of course. Let's go.
There must be some history here.
The fort dates back to at least the Second Era, when it was built by the Jarl of Riften. The Jarl's son, through his overly confident and adventurous pursuits, contracted vampirism. The Jarl refused to kill his own son, so instead commissioned the construction of the fort. He contracted a large mercenary force, named the Dawn Guard, in order to keep his son contained.
Are you upset that I didn't accept the gift from your father?
No, that's a personal choice. You don't think different of me because I am a vampire, do you?
Was kind of a rough start with you and Galesse.
I can't be angry. She wasn't wrong in what she was saying. Hopefully we can get past that with time. I'm sure there will be a lot more pushback.
You're right. You ready to head out?
A woman showed up here right before you did. I heard someone call her Sorine. Could you introduce me to her before we go?
Hope you're getting along with Ysran. It takes some getting used to. I like what Ysran has done with the place. It's good to see someone else who's really prepared.
Sorine, meet Serana.
It's good to meet you, Sorona. Good to meet you. I was wondering if you would be able to give me some information. I've recently awakened after a long sleep, and I'm having some woman urges.
Sure, I can find some time for you. Just come and see me when you're not busy. Or just go get yourself laid. It's easy to find some.
I'm not sure it's that easy for me. Plus, I'm not sure how to just approach someone like that.
What about our friend here?
I'm sure he would help you.
When I do it, I don't want to see the person after. Just a blow and go.
Not sure what's holding you back, but it's pretty straightforward. Just grab someone by the hair and guide them down on you. They will eat whatever you try and feed them, I'm sure.
You know what I am, but hopefully we can get along here.
Oh, you're a vampire? Really? Get away from me.
Excuse me?
I will see you dead, monster.
That's how it is then. Fine. I thank you for your kindness. Perhaps I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry.
I'll teach you to talk to me that way.
Ugh.
Guess she doesn't have the senses. Normal people can't see vampire eyes.
I thought we were done with you. Yet here you are, claiming you're going to help us go against your little band of vampires. It doesn't make sense. Why would you go against your family?
Because they're an insane cult, that's why.
And you're not part of that? So tell me, have you sunk those teeth into anyone since we freed you?
I'm still a vampire, and a vampire needs to eat too. I can still have compassion for people.
Still think I'm being too cautious?
Wow.
Resist you, monster. I must.
What was that?
But
How much?
I will have this way.
Vampires, you arrived just in time. I think those vampires were getting hungry.
You alright?
I'm quite alright, thanks to you.
We're the Dawn Guard, and we need you to read an Elder Scroll for us.
If my knowledge of history serves me, I recall that the Dawn Guard was an ancient order of vampire hunters. I will be happy to assist you with your Elder Scroll. Just tell me where I need to go.
Let's head back.
Before we go, could we talk for a bit?
Of course. Is everything okay?
I'm not sure. I think I need some advice.
I will help if I can.
I've been asleep for so long. Sadly, the only thing I can think about is sex. Now it is starting to drive me crazy. I'm so fucking horny.
So did you hit Mom with this? Are you playing with me? Or being serious right now?
Maybe I did. Maybe you remind me of her when we met.
Want me to give you a hand?
Oh, I'm sure you're just offering out of the kindness of your heart, right?
Oh my fucking god.
After we went through that horrible ceremony to become vampires, my mother, well, she became a sexual tyrant, fucking anything that moved. It wasn't long before my father moved into a different room and became obsessed with the prophecy.
Is that why your father hates your mother?
It is one of many reasons. His time locked away is what led him to this prophecy. My mother became very angry, almost out of control, because she couldn't get to my father.
You were of age. Why didn't you leave?
I was a vampire. Where was I to go? Anyways, it's my past. I'm not looking for a pity party. What I'm asking is for you to help me get off. I don't want to become what my mother did. Maybe if someone is willing with me, I won't. You know what? I'm not waiting for an answer. I cannot control the urge any longer.
Don't expect me to help you. I tried to fucking warn you about her.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
What in the fuck was that?
What the fuck did you expect? I'm a vampire. Let's just head back.
I knew it would only be a matter of time before you showed your true self. But I'm not going to lie, that was fucking hot.
You liked that, did you? Maybe I can play with you next time.
Slow the fuck down, bitch. Let's remember that I don't need your fucking help.
Don't tell me you're still fuming about the cave.
Yeah, I'm pretty pissed about that.
I am a monster and sometimes it's hard to control. Come on, don't tell me you haven't thought about it. We were flirting with the idea.
I mean, yeah, we were flirting back there. But there are some boundaries you're not supposed to cross.
Come on, you think your mother wouldn't and hasn't fucked everybody's brains out around her? When I tell her about this, she'll probably chuckle and say something snarky. Something like,
Did you make him call you mommy?
Point is, move a little. We're not hurting anybody. Maybe we could go again sometime. Or maybe I could bite you and we could see how long your good heart lasts.
No thanks. So when are we gonna talk about us?
What am I supposed to say?
You could start with what you're feeling.
True. But it's not an easy thing to say, is it?
Maybe not. But sometimes I see this different side of you. Like your whole body isn't just a callus.
Settle down, I'm allowed to have feelings too. You don't know a fucking thing about me. What happens if you learn something about me you don't like?
I was raised by a couple of vampires and a literal demon. Don't worry, I already think you're an asshole.
For a moment there I thought you were being sincere. In all seriousness though.
Just don't be weird about all this.
I don't intend to. You asked. You think I'm going to turn into some jaded lover or some shit? It's not about you, it's about me. So get over yourself. I'm doing nothing more than protecting myself. Don't need to worry about me.
We'll just see what happens then, I guess.
Is this how every conversation is going to be with you? Taking the long road around to finally get to the same fucking place? Just great.
You're the one who's being obtrusive. Talos bones, you go from kind to asshole in the blink of an eye.
Yeah? Well, now I'll go to another side of me. I'm going to take a leap of faith and give you the chance to learn some of the really bad shit I've done. I have skeletons in my closet like everyone else. Ask me about my past, and I'll be completely open about it.
Why'd you really come to Skyrim?
As I explained earlier, I did come here to keep strong. But of course, there's a lot more to that story.
I'm listening.
Back home, there's a group called the Fine Dusk Rangers. I met one of the members one day, when I was out getting some medicine for Mom. He started talking about how my eyes caught his attention. His name was Arding Spring Run. We would see each other a couple times a week, and he was there for me when Mom passed away. It wasn't a big affair, because of the meat mandate. We burned Mom. We were not going to let other family members try and eat her.
That's part of the Green Pact.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Arding and I started getting closer to each other. I was falling in love with him. He was good-looking, strong, and very charming. Why are you looking at me that way?
No reason. It's just nice to see you show an emotion besides anger.
Anyway, I would go weeks sometimes without seeing my dad. After Mom was gone, he put everything into work and didn't talk much anymore.
I'm sorry.
No need. It was my fault. I should have been there for him. It had been a couple weeks since I'd seen him, so I was getting ready to make the trip. Arding had just gotten back a few days before that from clearing out a cave. I left in the night, 'cause I didn't want to argue with him about leaving again.
Why would you argue?
Ugh. Will you let me tell the fucking story, please?
Of course.
It took me about half a day to get back home, and I went right to Dad's shop to find him. But he wasn't there. Actually, I couldn't find him anywhere, but nothing seemed out of place. I stayed about a day, and then decided to head back to Arding. It was late when I got back. He was passed out in bed. The first thing I noticed was a glow from under the bed. It was the axe that I'm carrying right now. There was only 2 of them ever made, and my dad was the one that made them. The rage was fuming from me as I woke him up. He gave me this bullshit story of how my dad had given them to him. I knew it was bullshit cause my dad made 2 for a reason, 1 for me and 1 for Mom. I acted calm and went along with it, started kissing up on him and getting ready to blow him. Once I got him hard, I pulled a dagger and held it behind his balls, as I pulled on them, and demanded to know what happened. Come to find out, him and a couple of his buddies robbed my dad, and fucking killed him.
Galesse.
Don't trouble yourself. Once I got the location of my dad's body out of him, I cut his fucking balls off. I stuffed them down his throat, and held them there with a couple fingers as I watched him choke to death. I killed everyone in the house that night, cut every one of their fucking heads off and put them on pikes outside. I went and found Dad's body, and burned it, packed up, and here I am.
I feel like you were justified. I'd have done the same. Maybe more explosions.
I want you to think about what you just learned. Dwell on it for a day or 2, and if you decide that there is nothing between us, just let me know.
Now, if everyone will please be quiet. It is Oriel's bow. Among the night's children, a dread lord will rise, and the night and the day will be as one. But wait, there is more. The secret of the bow's power is written elsewhere, recorded in other scrolls. Dragons, ancient blood. We must have the other 2 scrolls. I must rest now.
Come on, old man. You should get some rest.
Do you have a moment to talk?
What's on your mind?
I think I know where we can start looking.
Why not say something earlier?
Half the people in your little crew would just as soon kill me as talk to me. That doesn't exactly make me want to open up. I got a warmer welcome from my father, and that's saying something. We need to find my mother, Valerica. She'll definitely know where it is, and if we're lucky, she actually has it herself. The last time I saw her, she said that she'd go somewhere safe. Somewhere that my father would never search. Other than that, she wouldn't tell me anything.
So it's in Castle Volkihar, isn't it?
Alright, smart guy. You've heard the story, but I'm not helping you with the portal puzzle.
I'm gonna learn more about the Dawnguard guys before we go.
Do you have a moment? Gunmar and I have been talking and, well, we're slightly worried. We both realized that if Isran's even allowed us in here, he must be really concerned. And if he's that concerned, the situation must be pretty bad. Gunmar and I agree that we're going to need Florentius to help. Gunmar and I have a lot of work to do here, so we were hoping that maybe you could track him down.
Who is Florentius?
He's a priest of Arkay. Well, he was. It's complicated. He's a little eccentric, but we can trust him, and we could definitely use his skills. I think he had regular contact with the Vigilance, and I know Isran kept track of them. So maybe you could ask Isran if he knows anything?
Can you teach me more about archery?
You're already as good as I am. There's nothing you can learn from me.
What can I do to help?
I want to add some punch to our crossbow capabilities. I've done all I can on my own. I need a little inspiration. I've always been fascinated with Dwemer artifacts. I take them apart, poke around in their guts, and try to figure things out.
I like doing that too.
Mixed results.
He definitely likes to poke around in guts.
Talos fucking ballsack, Galesse.
But as luck would have it, I've tracked down the location of some actual Dwemer diagram drawings. So if you'd be a dear and collect those plans for me?
Don't worry, he'll do it. You have boobs.
Oh my fucking gods, I can't even be around you right now.
I feel kinda bad, but this is hilarious.
He's such an easy target too.
Until next time.
So
Are you alright, Serana?
so far, I think. Thanks. There is something else. Just wanted to say how grateful I am for all that you've done for me. No one's ever been so genuine with me, at least in a while. I was lonely most of my childhood. My mother, at least for a time, was the only friend I really had. And then that prophecy came along. I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest.
Well, even though you are a wolf sometimes, I'm glad we're friends.
Alright, I have to say it now. Here goes. I've come to really care about you. I just wanted you to know that.
Same here.
I'm glad to hear that. Let's get going then.
See, that's how you act like you have a soul.
Shut up, Serana.
Did you finally get yourself off?
I got tired
Cozy
of waiting,
little
so
place,
I just took
isn't
it. I couldn't hold back any longer, and it felt great.
I admit it, it did.
You need to give me all the details.
That'll have to wait. We got some scrolls to find. When this is all over, we'll grab a drink and talk.
No.
Whoa, Serana, I didn't even know you used that form.
I mostly don't.
Are you alright?
I feel like I've reached the perfect middle ground of tight editing and AI voices to where I don't even need to say anything most of the time. By the way, I've only ever done the vampire side of Dawnguard, so this is kind of new to me. The funny thing about this video is that I have SDA, which paints Serana as a much more positive character than vanilla, and Dirtyborn has her acting somewhat like the monster she is. And then in the backstory, she's Fenn's stepmom, though she wasn't there for his childhood, so this isn't too squicky. So we get to see Serana being slightly mood-swingy. I prefer to think of her as a World of Darkness vampire. She has the beast within, but it's controllable most of the time. There wasn't a lot of pertinent combat, so not a lot of time for me to actually comment on what's going on, just a lot of feelings and dialogue. But I definitely had to go ahead and show the mini T-Rex because 1, it's cool, and 2, I forgot I had a mod in which Serana uses Vampire Lord form. Anyway, next time I plan to breeze through as much of Dawnguard as possible. I'm trying to get to the new chapter Dirtyborn's author just put out. Happy modding. Make your game whatever you want it to be. Okay, bye.